Mrs. Obama recalled the moment the Queen helped her calm down during a presidential visit with her husband, then U.S. President Barack Obama, to Windsor Castle. Speaking to author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie at the South Bank Center's Royal Festival Hall, Mrs. Obama revealed how nerve-wracking it was for her to follow the royal protocol to not disrespect the monarch. She said, "I had all this protocol buzzing in my head and I was like, don't trip down the stairs and don't touch anybody, whatever you do, and so the Queen says just get in. Sit wherever, and she's telling you one thing and you're remembering protocol and she says oh it's all rubbish, just get in." The couple was greeted after landing by helicopter by the monarch and Prince Philip, who honored the Obamas by getting behind the wheel of the Queen's Range Rover and driving them a short distance to the castle. The four of them had a private lunch just one day after the Queen celebrated her 90th birthday. Mrs. Obama shed a light on a more easygoing trait of the Queen also in her autobiography Becoming. In the memoir, the former First Lady reveals the monarch told her she was wearing pain-filled shoes during a state dinner in 2009. Mrs. Obama wrote, "The Queen glanced down at the pair of black Jimmy Choos one was wearing. She shook her head, these shoes are unpleasant, are they not? Forget that she sometimes wore a diamond crown and that I'd flown to London on the presidential jet. We were just two tired ladies oppressed by our shoes." The Queen is not the only royal Mrs. Obama has spoken about in recent days. In a magazine interview, the former First Lady spoke kindly about Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, as the ghastly row with Kate, Duchess of Cambridge, is reaching new highs. Mrs. Obama said, "Like me, Meghan probably never dreamt that she'd have a life like this, and the pressure you feel, from yourself and from others, can sometimes feel like a lot. So my biggest pieces of advice would be to take some time and don't be in a hurry to do anything. I spent the first few months in the White House mainly worrying about my daughters, making sure they were off to a good start at school and making new friends before I launched into any more ambitious work. I think it's okay, it's good, even, to do that. What I'd say is that there's so much opportunity to do good with a platform like that, and I think Meghan can maximize her impact for others, as well her own happiness. If she's doing something that resonates with her personally." The pregnant Duchess and Kate would be involved in a row started last Christmas and fell out before Meghan and Harry's wedding on May 19, according to sources. Rumours of a rift between the two duchesses sparked as Kensington Palace announced the Sussexes were moving out of Kensington Palace to live in Windsor's Frogmore Lodge.